Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Monday version of the Soul Inspired Playground. I am Majura Joshi, your host and success and mindset business and life coach. Today we have a fantastic guest, and I'm so excited to have her on our show today. And just for you audience members, if you are looking to find out more about myself, you can go to www.igniteyourinnerpotential.ca, and you can also check out my book on Amazon called Ignite the Magical Powers of Your Inner Genie. So today we have a very, very special guest, Shameka Andrews, who is a disabilities empowerment coach, and we are going to talk about 3 ways to greater self-love. And I found this to be a great topic, especially around the holiday season that is coming up right around the corner. So welcome, Shameka. Thank you so much for being a guest on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
You're very welcome. So Shameka,
glad to be here.
I'm very glad to have you. So Shameka, how did you become a disabilities empowerment coach, and what exactly is that?
Well, what I do is I work with people with disabilities, their families, and community organizations in the areas of health and wellness and self-advocacy. So I do provide workshops on self-love, on self-advocacy, advocating for yourself, how to become a better advocate for yourself, self-care, various topics like that. How I became a disability empowerment coach is that I have a disability myself, and there were a lot of things that I went through and learned from that I wanted to share with other people with disabilities and their families. So
amazing. I'm so
to
blessed
be able to.
So
yeah,
let's dive in. I know that you've written a book, and so these 3 points really come from your book, and it's about really
yes.
building that greater self-love. So what are 3 ways that you
definitely, yes.
that you found are ways that we can build that greater self-love and start saying no to people and start saying yes to ourselves first, and maybe stop feeling guilty for putting ourselves first once in a while?
Yes. Well, the first way is to decide that you are enough and that you do whatever you do is enough. I've found, for myself, we get into comparison syndrome and comparing ourselves to others and what we didn't accomplish, and, in this negative mindset about, we're not doing enough, or we're not skinny enough, or we're not smart enough, or we're not whatever enough. And so I think it starts with, number one, deciding that you are enough, no matter what size you are, no matter what, if you don't accomplish the 40,000 things that you said you were going to accomplish by the time you were 40 or whatever. So I think it's very important to just decide that we are enough.
Yeah, I think
just as we are.
That's actually really beautiful, because we forget that there's so much going on around us, and really being enough is key. And really allowing ourselves to say, you know what, I'm okay the way I am right now, and we can move ourselves through to I guess, improving ourselves, whichever way we feel we want to improve, but just accepting ourselves the way we are before we make that step, because otherwise we'll never really achieve the next level that we're looking to achieve. So I think, yeah, that's beautiful. We loving ourselves the way that we are. And
Yes, definitely.
do you find that
Yes, definitely, as they say.
is it a struggle with any specific type of person that you find this being kind of a struggle with more than others? Or is it just in general?
Well, I think people in general have issues with, just deciding that they are enough. I mean, I work specifically with people with disabilities. And I think what's difficult about accepting yourself when you have some sort of challenge or disability is, you're kind of born with this list of things that you're not going to be able to do. That's usually the first thing that, your parents hear when you're born is, all of these things that you will never be able to do. Like for me, it was when I was born with spina bifida, which basically affects the lower half of my body. That's why I use a power chair. And basically, my parents were told, live past the age of 5, and I'm going to be 40 in January. The doctor said that, if I did live, that I wouldn't be able to talk. And, you know, you're listening to me now, so obviously I can do that. So I think that that's what makes it so difficult for people with disabilities, specifically people that I work with, is they feel, because they've already always heard, you won't be able to do this, you won't be able to do this, you need this operation, you need to fix this, you need to be cured, you need to be healed, you need to be whatever. And you're not, and the message is you're not okay just as you are.
Wow, that's quite the story of hearing doctors say to you, "Oh, you can't do this and you can't do that," and now you're speaking to us and have kind of shown the doctors, "Well, sorry, I'm approaching 40. I can talk, and I'm an empowerment coach." So that's truly amazing. I know myself, I have struggled with a disability in the past and overcame it and was able to achieve what it is that I was looking to achieve, as I had nerve damage in my left leg. So it is hard during those times when you're told you're not good enough, or you can't do this, or you might not walk again, or whatever it may be, whatever you're diagnosed with by doctors. But it's always so nice to see so many people overcoming that and proving others wrong, saying, you know what, yeah, this might have been given, or people might have told me that this is the case, but I can do what it is that I want to do, and I can achieve it through any possible way, right? So yeah, no, that's truly amazing. So what do you believe is the second one out of the people that you worked with? And
the second one, well, I believe the second one is to celebrate our successes. We, again, put ourselves down because we haven't accomplished, what we think that we're supposed to be accomplishing or whatever. But, life is a journey, as they say, and you're making steps to move forward to wherever it is that you want to go. So I think it's important to, celebrate along the way, whether you're making a big step towards whatever your goal is or a little step, all of those steps coming together is part of your journey. no matter what they are. So I think celebrating your successes is so important to, and really helping, your self-love and your self-care to know, yes, I was over here, but look at me now, I'm over here, and, you know, everybody said, or whoever said, or maybe you said to yourself, oh, I would never get, I can't take one step forward, or I can't take two steps forward, but you did. So you should celebrate that wherever you are in your journey.
Yeah, I think celebration, I don't think it's celebration. I think that we forget,
Yeah,
no matter where we start, every step forward is a step in the right direction. And it might be one step forward, three steps back, but you're still moving forward and keep going. And every time you reach a new level, and it could be getting out of bed maybe one day because you haven't been able to get out of bed for a week, and you finally are able to get out of bed and sit up and maybe even move out of the room that you're in. That is to be celebrated, because that's a huge accomplishment, especially if you were stuck for a week maybe in bed. And I know that some people
absolutely.
So, and even,
Yes, absolutely.
do you have any suggestions on how people can celebrate their wins? Like, do they write it down? Do they
I
record it somewhere?
Yeah, I I like to, well, in my book, I have activities that people can do, um, which some are like, write a love letter to yourself, um, write down your list of accomplishments. Um, you can do it daily or weekly. Um, I like to, make myself a nice dinner. Um, I like to eat, so most of my celebrations are around food. But you know, and go get a nice, massage. Have a nice date night for yourself. You know, or a movie night, or you know, just do something fun. Or just sit and read a book. Um, that's something I like to do, just with a nice cup of tea and you know read a book.
Or a glass of wine? Whatever.
So those are, or a glass of wine if you like wine, whatever. Cocktail, whatever's good for you.
For sure.
Whatever you like.
And what would you say is that final key for our audience to take away? What is that final piece that you think is really important to creating that greater self-love and connecting with ourselves again? Because I think a lot of us have gotten lost along the way.
Yes, I think what is one of the most important things, and has helped me along my journey, is just having some quiet time for yourself. For me, that means meditating. Um, if meditating, a lot of people say they can't meditate, but I always tell people, that there's ways that you can do it, but because I also teach meditation. But so just having, whether you're, listening to your breath, whether you're focusing on, some beautiful scenery around you, just having some quiet time. Or, I know when I have my nieces and nephews here sometimes, or if you have kids of your own, sometimes it's locking yourself in the bathroom for 5 minutes. But, whatever it is, just very important to have that quiet time to connect within, to connect to your heart, to your breath, to connect to your body, and just breathe, just, sometimes, we just need to just take some deep breaths and relax and connect. and it's so important. And I don't think we do it enough because we're always, you're turning on the TV or whatever, and there's all this hustle and bustle and stuff going on. And it's all about, how much can I cram into one day? All of these things, and how much, if I'm not, accomplishing 20,000 things, then I'm not doing enough. And, sometimes you just need to just push it all aside and just take a breath.
Yeah, I know as a parent, sometimes it's hard to find that time and really just even
Yeah,
5 minutes to breathe or go to the washroom by yourself, because my son likes to say, hey, I want to come. I can't close the door because he refuses, and then it's just not peaceful. But it is really important. And I know that sometimes it can get hard. I know as a coach, for me, myself, I need to take that time and really not take, even if it's 5 minutes of just quiet, even just before bed, even if I'm staring at the ceiling and just going over my day and really giving thanks for it, and maybe setting up my mindset for the next day, and just quieting it down, not looking at my phone right before bed. And I know that's hard for a lot of us because we're so connected all the time, but really giving yourselves that freedom to say, you know what, let's give ourselves time to breathe, just to relax for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. If you can meditate, great. If you can't, if you really just aren't aware of how you can meditate, because it's really, just checking in on your breath, like focusing in on how you breathe. It really does help to kind of allow your body to reconnect from head to toe, and reconnect with yourself. Because I think if you don't reconnect with yourself and you're running around, you end up running around with your head chopped off like a chicken, and you're just constantly trying to do one thing or another.
Yes, exactly.
And so, I really think
yes, and it's
very important. So if there's
yes, definitely. I find.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I find, if I don't take that time, that I feel a lot of anxiety, and I can feel it in my body. I know, even when I don't have children of my own, but my nieces and nephews, I've even started having them, do the meditation and yoga with me. Now that they're older, and so when they come over, they actually, ask for it and say, are we gonna, meditate today? Are we gonna do yoga today? So, it's even something that, you might be able to, do with your children if you have, children, or lots of people that you live with, or, maybe you babysit, or whatever the case may be. You have a lot of children around. And I know a lot of schools and stuff now are incorporating meditation into the day and stuff. So I think it's so important to be able to have that.
That's amazing that your nieces and nephews want to ask for it. That's awesome. So Shameka, what would be one piece of advice you could give our viewers tonight for them to take away to really really gain that greater sense of self-love? There was one important key piece, what would that be that you could give them?
I would just go back to, what I said in the beginning, is that you are enough. You are loved. You are lovable. You are awesome. And remind yourself of that every day. You've come so far, whatever mountains you had to climb to get to where you are today. So just remember, your awesomeness, your greatness, and remember that you are enough and you are loved by so many.
Thank you so much for that. I think, yeah, that's a very important key piece, that you are amazing, just the way you are, and God created you perfect. There's nothing wrong with you, and just to remember that. So Shameka, how can our viewers contact you if they
Absolutely.
want to learn more about what you do or how to get involved? Maybe there's some areas where they need coaches working with people who have disabilities. So how would they contact you?
Well, I have a website. It's called disabilityempowered.org. And as you said in the beginning, I do have a book on Amazon if people want to, read more about activities to greater self-love, which is available on Amazon. It's 12 steps to greater self-love. So you could read it throughout the year if you wanted to. You do one a month for each month of the year. And with the new year coming up, it might be a great present for somebody. So and I'm also on Facebook, so people can reach me on Facebook as well. It's just Shameka on Facebook and on Twitter.
Great. Thank you so much, Shameka. And thank you to our viewers. I hope you got a lot out of this, and I hope that you all realize that you are amazing just the way you are, that you are enough. And stay tuned for the Soul Inspired Playground coming back in a couple of weeks, and also for Winning Wednesday. I do have a quick announcement for all of my Calgary audience members. I am hosting a workshop tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. at the Work Nicer Co-working Calgary location on 8th Ave and 6th Street. And we're going to be talking about prioritizing with greater ease. This is an event you are going to want to attend if you are struggling to prioritize your time, if you are wanting to gain that time freedom again that we all want, because sometimes we just pile too much on our plate and look at it and then we don't do anything. So make sure to come out tomorrow. You can pay at the door. The cost is $15. So I hope to see you guys out. If you know anyone who would benefit from this, definitely bring them along. There will be light refreshments, and these are concepts that and strategies that I use with myself as well as with my clients, and we have seen great results. So make sure to come out tomorrow evening. There is a lot of space, but space is limited to 50. So if you are wanting to create a stress-free environment with the holiday season coming up, make sure to come out. Bring your friends, bring family that you think might benefit from it, but I hope to see you guys out. So thank you so much, Shameka, for being on the show. Thank you to our audience members for watching. I hope you guys got a lot out of it, and I will be back on Wednesday for Winning Wednesdays. We will see you again then. Bye for now.